Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Ranking Member Warren, and Chairman Atkins, good to see you. The Trump administration's prioritized preserving the United States as a global leader in financial innovations and enabling financial firms to offer new innovative products while also ensuring robust consumer protection. Prediction markets are an area where there appears to be tremendous opportunity, offering price discovery and additional tools to manage risk. Now, I know this falls primarily in the CFTC's jurisdiction, but how is the SEC working with the CFTC to provide greater clarity for U.S. market participants in prediction markets?
Yeah, so that is a huge issue that we're focused on, and so I'm happy to say that Mike Seelig is now the president appointed him to be chairman of the CFTC. Great guy, very competent, and he was in my office, so I can surely say that the two agencies will be harmonized more than ever before, and so we're meeting once a week to do that and with our staffs. And so that's a very important aspect of trying to harmonize. So prediction markets are exactly one thing that where there's overlapping jurisdiction potentially, and you're right, it's mostly, at least currently on the CFTC side, but we need to be harmonized in the way we're addressing this market.
And do you see any rulemaking on the immediate horizon and any thoughts on the need for legislation in those areas?
Well, so we'll see. I mean, we'll see what you all come up with here with respect to clarity. But again, I think we have enough authority. As I said before, a security is a security, regardless, how it is. And some of the nuance with prediction markets and the products depends on wording and what exactly is being done. So anyway, but that just points up because of the potential gaps that the SEC and the CFTC need to be very well interknit on that.
Okay. Financial innovations moving at a blistering pace in lots of areas, including digital assets. I commend you on your efforts to provide the necessary rules and safeguards for digital assets while we continue to hopefully come forward with legislation on the Clarity Act. You've spoken about your support for super apps, which would allow for seamless side-by-side trading of different asset classes. For example, a user on one platform could buy or sell crypto alongside traditional stocks while accessing other financial services. Would you outline for us how the super apps, would increase global competitiveness for U.S. registered financial firms and the consumer protection principles that should guide the approach to super apps?
Oh, well, thank you. Well, it comes again back to harmonization with the CFTC. So here we have two agencies that should be very well knit together, and so that there are no gaps. And as the markets have evolved over the last 40 years, and where there are actors or market participants in both markets, futures and cash markets, it's really incumbent on us to help make this as efficient for them as possible so that they can compete effectively with foreign or other sorts of firms that were in other jurisdictions. They don't have a dichotomy as between a futures regulator and a cash markets regulator. So that's our goal, is to make it efficient from anywhere from cross margining and portfolio margining, to just what sort of medallion you need to do X, Y, and Z. So the more harmonized we are, the better and more efficient.
Thank you. I'll ask a final question, just squeeze in here on your focus on making IPOs great again. You discussed how raising capital through IPOs should not only be a privilege for larger companies, as the number of IPOs has diminished dramatically. Could you discuss the broader impact on markets and the economy when a handful of companies dominate the S&P 500's market cap?
Yeah, well, that just points up how we now in the United States account for about a half of the total world's capitalization, and now that is on public markets, and then now that is concentrated on relatively fewer companies, and even the Magnificent Seven or whatever number we have these days. So we, the more diversity that we can get into the public markets, I think the better, because again, the people who are harmed are the folks average investors who are not allowed to diversify into the private markets who can suffer because it's much more concentrated in the public markets.
Very good. Thank you.